All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to our team huddle for the last day of the month. Y'all, it is May 31st. It has been a good month. So, I wanted to kind of go through a couple things today. And I think that this end of the month team huddle is going to probably look a little bit different than probably what most of you were expecting because I wanted to actually kind of go back. One thing I really love to do every once in a while is just take everything way back to basics. And I know we've talked about this before. So, where normally an end of the month team huddle is like, hey, we're going to hustle, we're going to do this, we've got this many things, and this is how we're going to do it, and go get them, and head down and doing all the things. Like, that's a normal, and that's, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think this one's going to look a little bit different because I think what's really going to move our businesses forward is really going back to the basics. And so, and not hitting the grind, not hitting the hustle. I mean, you can do those things. I'm not saying it's not those things at all. Like, that's going to work against you. I'm just saying those aren't the things that are going to build your business long term, to be very honest with you. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not looking for a bunch of, hey, let me just grab a bunch of quick joins just to get my numbers looking really good for the end of the month. And then everybody ends up falling off anyways. And then now we've just basically undone everything that we built. Okay. So we want to build something that's really strong. We want to build something solid. We want to build something that we can feel good about, that we can feel confident about. And I just don't see any reason in pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and scraping towards fake growth. Okay. So the difference between fake growth and real growth can look close to the same, but it's actually very different. So fake growth is when we're chucking like really deeply discounted sales at people just to get a win. And then they don't order again next month because they could never really afford this to begin with, right? Real growth is, you know what, I really want this to work for you. And I would rather you wait until you've got the time to invest in this a little bit. Natalie Dolan talked about this on team call last week a little bit. Like, I would rather you have come on at a time where you are ready for the investment of you and your health instead of trying to just try it for 1 month, on a deep discount. Because to be honest with you, gut health takes time. Like, it's going to take a good 3 to 6 months. So I would rather wait for that. And I'm still going to be here and encourage you and like be excited with you. And I'm ready when you are. I still want to, like, let's still have this conversation. And then when you're ready to jump in, at the point where you're ready to really invest in yourself for that 3 to 6 months, then I'm here and let's get you going. Okay. That's real growth. Because now when they come on, they understand that this is a 3 to 6 month commitment at minimum. Okay. And if they're ordering products and they're staying on their products for 3 to 6 months consistently, then that means that they're probably going to see really good results and they're going to stay on even more long term. And then they're going to be more inclined to share with their friends. Okay. Fake growth. Another part of fake growth is just getting a bunch of one-time orders. Okay. When we go back to our 0 to 99s, and I know sometimes it's, hey, I'm going for a really big goal and I would love if you, okay, that's okay to use that verbiage, but don't do it with the concept of, would you just do me a favor and throw in a one-time order for me? That's not real growth. Okay. Real growth is, hey, I'm going for really big goals. So I'm going back and I'm visiting all of my people that have ordered with me in the past. And I honestly, like, one of my, like, yes, I'm going for a big goal promotion wise, but one of my biggest goals when I joined Plexus was to help people find freedom in their health and their finances and whatnot. And so one of my really big goals for this month is to come back and revisit and see what I can do to help you hit your goals with your health and really just start moving towards that. That's actually a big goal for me. So how can we work together to get you back to where we've got you on products consistently so that we're really hitting those goals? That is real growth. Okay. Another thing with fake growth is, hey, order up these products. There's tons of resources. I'm going to add you to the team page. I'm going to tag you in the guides. Okay. Sounds like real growth. We just onboarded really correctly, but then we haven't checked in with them all month. And now they have no idea what they're doing and they've fallen off the wayside and they don't know, they haven't even started their products. They don't know how they're supposed to take them. They don't know what they're supposed to be feeling or doing. Okay. Real growth is, as soon as you get them onboarded, and by the way, y'all, I'm preaching to the choir. Okay. I know when we are busy and we are like trying to like get things done really quick, or we're trying to hustle and do the end of the month, sometimes things get missed in onboarding. We have all the intentions in the world of going back and doing all the right things and checking in with them and doing all the things, but things happen and you get busy with your family or whatever, or you go into your next day and you do your IPA, and next thing you know, those joins that you got at the end of the month last month, they aren't getting the attention that they deserve. I had a couple of these last month of my own, to be very honest with you. And so these are things that when I go and revisit what I need to improve on my own, I always like to share it with my team as well, because I know that, if it's something that I'm struggling with, I'm sure others are struggling with it too. And if it's something that I'm noticing as a challenge in my business, I want to make sure to bring that to light so that other people can see it, and hopefully either fix it if they are seeing the same challenge, or avoid that challenge altogether. So good. So fake growth is not checking in with, getting a quick join and then not doing anything. Real growth is, hey, I've just added this person, and right now I'm going in my phone and I'm putting them in, hey, in 3 days, I'm going to check in with Caroline, and I'm setting that to go off every week. And then on this day. And so every week I've got Caroline. And then once Caroline's been on, I feel like she's in a good rhythm, I'll go into my phone and I'll change that to a monthly check-in. And it'll just pop up on my calendar. Okay. So every month I'm checking in with Caroline. Okay. Or every 3 weeks, or however you want to set it. That's the great thing about your phone calendars, y'all. Go in and set that right away. And you can, like I said, say check in with her every week. And then all you have to do is go into that calendar event and say, oh, we're going to move this to 2 weeks now because she's on a pretty good system. And just every time you check in with her, and that goes off, so that when you go to sit down and do your work, look at your calendar every day and see who you have to check in with on your level ones. It's a really good way to keep track of everybody, keep everybody loaded into a system that's going to repeat itself. And I think a lot of times we try to get so clever and so, rebuild the wheel with, different apps and different, planners and systems and everything else. We have a phone calendar, and that thing works just as good as anything else. Like, hey, when I sit down today, I know I have 2 doctor's appointments. I'm checking in with 6 different people today. And then I've also got my IPA. I mean, that's a good system to use. So if that's what you need to do that. Okay. Because we want to make sure that we're retaining these people. And that's an easy system that takes you 5 seconds to put that in your phone. And then it's just always in there. And then you just change it when it's time to go to a bi-weekly or whatever. So we're not looking for fake growth, you guys. We're not looking for one-time orders. We're not looking for quick joins. We're not looking for, good onboarding. And then that's the last, and we expect the team page to do the rest of that for them. They're not going to look at that team page without us, chances are. Okay. They're a little overwhelmed to everything that they were given already. So for them to go back and look at a team page, probably not going to happen. So we have to make sure that we're in there. And by the way, when you're checking in with them, plug them into that team page, make it your own personal challenge, so that when you are plugging into them, when you are checking in with them, you're plugging them into something in the team page. Hey, listen, I found this in the team page today, made me think of you. I didn't know if maybe you could benefit from reading through this, but talk about detox. I know you were kind of feeling some symptoms. So I wanted to kind of share this with you and see if you could relate to any of these symptoms. And, they're like, oh my gosh, yes, actually, I have been feeling, extra sweaty lately. I didn't realize that was a detox symptom. So that way, the nice thing is they've just seen all of them and they know exactly what to expect. So make sure that we are being very, very diligent in making sure that we are keeping our people plugged into our community and plugged into our systems. Okay. So fake growth versus real growth. That's what we're going for. We're going for real growth here. Okay. Now, with it being the last day of the month, today is the last day for the free bag of active with the welcome pack purchase. And then 10% off is still going on too. So don't discount your people that you've been talking to. Make sure they know that, so they have a chance to get in on that free bag of active. Okay. I want to make sure that we are setting everybody up for success and that everybody's getting their best deal possible as they're joining our team. We want to make sure they have a positive experience. So having a positive experience means they just got a free product from corporate as they're coming in. Hey, I call that positive. That's a big win already, you guys. So that's super exciting. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys, and I don't know if I'm allowed to be honest with you, but I don't know, I'm going to share it with you guys anyway, is I just heard from a little birdie that Gold School in July, which by the way is July 16th, and that's my birthday. So a really good birthday present, you guys, would be to go to Gold School with me. It's going to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So that's actually extremely convenient for me because I'm going to be in Michigan. So I was like, thank you for moving Gold School to wherever I am. That sounds really great. So, because they had it in Dallas last quarter. So anyway, so it's going to be July 16th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So keep that date open. And I want as many of you there as possible. If you are not a gold, you absolutely can be a gold by the end of June. You have to hit gold by the end of June. Okay. If you are really close to it this month, I would do what you can to hit it this month. So you've got that already. And then you can attend gold school at convention, because gold school at convention is going to be huge too. So, but you have to hit that by the end of this month if you're going for gold, or create a gold. Okay. So that's another way. Hit gold, hit senior gold, or create a gold. And then you get to go to gold school at convention. So let's make sure that if you are close to gold, seal that in this month so that you don't miss that gold school or gold party, sorry, at convention. And then July 16th, to qualify for that gold school in Grand Rapids, will be a make sure that you are gold by the end of June so that you can go to that one. And for that, we have people flying in, I will look and see what I can do about getting an Airbnb or whatever. You guys are always welcome to just come stay at my house in Cadillac if you want to, but Grand Rapids is a little bit far from that. But I'll look at something like that and get a feel for how many we have so we can make it as cost efficient for everyone as possible as well, and have that just be a really fun team event. So I wanted to go through some things that I got in my quiet time this morning. I just really felt led to share this. Whenever I get something in my quiet time, I always have this like, okay, is this just for me? Or am I feeling led to share this because I'm in that mindset of like, I know people that could use this, or am I sharing it because I feel led to share this? And I just really felt like God wanted me to like share this with you, because whether it's for business or anything else that you're going through, I think this is going to be so good for you. Just in full vulnerability. I'm just being very vulnerable with you guys. And I might get a little bit emotional because I've been an emotional basket case this month. I have no idea why. But I remember I was laying in bed and last night going to sleep, and I just had this like really big heaviness on me. I felt like, and I woke up this morning, I had that same kind of heaviness, and I was like, man, what is going on? And I felt like, I don't know if there's anything right now that I feel like I'm like killing it in. Like I just have those, and that's not even true. There's a lot of things going extremely well, but you kind of have these like thoughts where you're like, man, I'm just not like, there's nothing that I'm like super duper 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 excited about right now, or super like going really like, I can think of flaws in almost everything that I'm doing right now. And I'm hyper focused on these flaws. And so it's feeling like a lot of trials and a lot of challenges and a lot of things coming at me. And instead of focusing on the good parts of it, I'm focusing on the things that are like negative about it. So, but even in that space, like negative thoughts that's still a trial, right? It's still a challenge. It's still a pressure. So, I sat down with my quiet time this morning, and I just felt like maybe you guys could benefit from this too. And James 1, I love going through James. I don't know what it is about James. It always fills my spirit so much. But literally I was like, okay, I'm going to start James again because I really felt pressed to do that. And I sat down, and the first thing I saw, James 1:2, because James 1:1 is just him greeting. James 1:2, consider it. I'm reading from the Message. The NIV is really good too, but the Message just hit me in a different way today. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let's do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. I feel like, y'all, that can apply to our business in so many ways. Like sometimes it feels like we are just not succeeding in all the things. But I mean, it's a biblical principle that God wants you to mature in these things before he moves you on and gives you more. He wants to set you up for success. So he doesn't want you to move you to the next level of anything unless you've had time to mature and really get the basics and be excellent in this level before you move into this level. It's because God cares about you and doesn't want to set you up for failure, right? So consider it a sheer gift when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into open and shows its true colors. Don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let's do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended to when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believing without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way, adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. Okay, so I know a lot of us are really faith-based praying women. We don't have men on here today, right? No, women. And so I know like a lot of us can like we are just so filled up by, the word of the Lord. And listen, he says, ask boldly. Okay. If you don't know what to do, ask God. It literally says that. If you don't know what to do, ask God. And I've had a lot of times I'm like, I don't know what to do to get out of this whole thing. Like my points aren't going the right way and I run out of people to talk to. If you don't know what to do, ask God. He loves to help. You'll get his help and you won't be condescended to when you ask for it. He's not going to be like, oh, well, you should have included me from the beginning. No, he's not doing that. He's like, ask me for help. I'd love to help. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. He's saying, don't ask for things just here and there flippantly and like, well, if it works out, it works out. He's saying, ask boldly for something. Ask, like, whether this is in your marriage, your business, whatever. We can approach God with boldness and we need to have full faith that what we are asking for and praying and believing in, that God can bring it to light. Okay. So I think, to me, what it's saying here, because I know I've been guilty of this, is like, God, I really want to, like last month, God, I really want to hit emerald this month. I want to hit emerald this month. I'm coming boldly. And then I would say things like, but if I don't hit emerald this month, I've got this and and I just found myself like basically being adrift at sea, keeping my options open. Like, but if I don't, I mean, like God's like, no, come boldly and be firm in the faith that I am faithful to do, and it says, don't think you're going to get anything when you're like, but I mean, whatever, the other thing, anyone who meets, so if you go down to 12, anyone who meets a testing challenge head on and manages to stick it out is mighty fortunate. For such persons loyally in love with God, the reward is life and more life. So if you are facing a challenge, face it head on with the Lord, because he wants to go through that with you. Face it head on, get it done. Don't delay it. Don't procrastinate against it. Just get it done head on. Ask God to help you with, like, even in your business, invite God into your business. Okay. It's not separate. God it shouldn't be your business. And then I also have, a relationship with the Lord. I have a relationship with the Lord and I have this business. And so I want to invite him into this business because I want him to honor it. Or I want it to glorify him and I want him to bless it. And so I want God to be a part of my business. So, I ask the Lord, like, hey, show me who to talk to today. Like, bring people who need what I have. Tell me how to talk to people. Give me wisdom on how to talk to these people. And here's what I'm going for, God. These are the goals that I have, and the desires of my heart. So help me to reach those goals and give me wisdom. And I think you'll find that all of a sudden you're having ideas that you're like, oh, how did I think of that? Oh, my gosh, I haven't thought of that person in a long time. That's just how God works. Invite him into your business. It's not an either or. They should be they should come together. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this. I would say, when I got super duper duper confident in my business, to be very honest with you, I did this for probably a year and a half, to where I always had this in the back of my head, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know. Is this what I should be doing with my time? I really did. I did this for like a year and a half doing this. And it wasn't until I finally told Emily, I said, hey, I need to take like a couple days. And it actually only took me a day, because God answers your prayers if you actually really dig in and like talk to the Lord and be still and listen to what he has to say. I said, I just need to know that I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think it kind of freaked her out a little bit. She's like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, I'm not saying I'm quitting. I'm just saying I want to have the full confidence that what I am doing is what God wants me to do, because I know that I will operate with way more confidence, knowing without a shadow of a doubt that this is what God has called me to do. And I think Kristen, you were around when I was talking about that kind of stuff, and it switched. It made a switch in me. And I really did. I really felt the Lord impress on me the things that he wants to do through me and my business. And I stepped it up in confidence, and I've drawn my line in the sand. I've not gone backwards since then. I've shown up every single day with confidence in that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I have days where I'm like, this is hard and I don't know if I'd want to be doing this right now? Yes, we all have those days. Yes, Kristen did the same thing at one point. And I don't know if you guys are around that, but you probably saw a shift in her. There's something that happens when if you really lean in and ask God, is this what I am supposed to be doing? It's not even that you're looking for a no. And if you get a no, then okay, like, I want you to do what God wants you to do. Like, I just want what's best for y'all. But I'm telling you, you'll show up differently when you know that you know that you know what God wants to do with you in your business. When you know that, like for me, I know that God wants to use me in my business to bless a local ministry that we have here. So I work really hard for that. I know that God has brought a lot of people to, because look at me right now, I'm like, we're doing a devotional with a bunch of women that I wouldn't have been able to do before if I wasn't here, like there's ways that I can use this and bless people around me and move forward because I have the confidence that this is where God wants me. I can minister to people and love on people and introduce them to Jesus because I know that this is where God wants me. He's going to bring the people that need this, right? So let's see. So, but whoever, and then if we skip down to 25, I underlined a few things. Skip down to 25. But whoever catches a glimpse of the revealed counsel of God, the free life, even out of the corner of his eye, and sticks with it, it is no distracted scatterbrain, but a man or woman of action. That person will find delight and affirmation in the action. Thought that was so good for us. But whoever catches a glimpse of the revealed counsel of God, the free life, even out of the corner of his eye, and sticks with it, is no distracted scatterbrain, but a man or woman of action. That person will find delight and affirmation in the action. That's just what we're talking about. Like if you can just catch a glimpse of what God wants to do for you, you will find yourself not being a scatterbrain and overwhelmed and I don't know how to do this and I don't know where I'm going. And you will find yourself a woman or man of action and delighting in that action and being affirmed in that action. Okay. So one thing I just really want to encourage you guys in is if you have any type of like, I just want to make sure this is what I'm supposed to be doing, please get into your prayer time this week. Please get into your prayer time this week. And like, God, what do you want to do through me with this business? What do you want to do with my business? Is this 100% where I'm supposed to be? If not, help me to process through that. And then you can process through it. If it is, please show me how I can step it up in my actions. And that doesn't mean more time. More action doesn't equal more time. It just means more confident action, more intentional action moving forward so that you can show up every day, get your work done, and still have time with your families because we all value our family time too. I don't want you guys burning yourselves out and running yourselves ragged to where this is exhausting to you. I want you to show up, and I promise you God is faithful to make your efforts go far when you are doing something to him. So I just wanted to, if you haven't read through James, at least read the first chapter. I could have gone through this whole thing and like put some of this to all of y'all, but or put it to the business for all y'all today. But honestly, I wanted to hit those few points because I just thought it was so good. And it just really confirms to me that like God wants to be a part of what we're doing. It doesn't say, certain things. It says anything you do will be blessed. So anything that God wants to, that you are partnering with the Lord on, it will be blessed if you show up and ask him how to do it. So I know it was a little bit different team huddle this week than what you guys are used to, but I just really felt pressed to do that because I want you guys to be confident in what you're doing. I want you to be confident in the things that you are going through, that you are facing them head on, that you're not feeling scatterbrained. I don't want you guys feeling burnt out and overwhelmed or anything like that. I want you to be in the word. I want you to be leaning into Jesus. I want you to invite him into your business because that's the way that this is going to go far. It's the way you're going to have real growth and not the fake growth. Okay. So I want us to reach out to people because we have a genuine heart to help them, because we want to partner with them and we want them to lean into Jesus more. I don't want us to just be trying to get quick joins and sales. And like, that's not why we're here. I want to in my back office, I think I've got over 600 people listed in my back office. My heart is to see every single one of those people finding freedom in something, whether it's their health or their finances or friendships or whatever, or meeting Jesus for the first time because they stumble upon a recording of a team huddle. I don't know. I just want to make sure that we are doing due diligence to our team and setting them up for the best success. Okay. So whatever the rest of the day looks like, whatever the day looks like for the rest of the day, listen, as long as we're seeing real growth and not fake growth, I'm happy with it. We're going for a growth mindset. We're not going for goals and results. Okay. Goals and results are great. They're amazing. And we're going to celebrate the heck out of you if you hit a big goal. If you're trying for that gold school, we're going to try all day long, or gold party. We're going to try all day long to make sure you hit that goal today so that you can go to that gold party. Okay. That's my goal. But if not, that's okay. We're going for growth. There's a million other events. There's a million more months. There's a million other trips. There's a million other, this is just one step in your entire journey. And I just want to make sure that you guys are feeling blessed and fulfilled in all of it, and not feeling like you're, having to hustle or spin the wheels or having month after month of failures. I want you to see the growth in what you're doing, even if it's in your own leadership and in your own self and in your own mindset. Okay. That's what I want to see in you guys. So, does anyone have any questions? Our team huddles, I like them to be interactive. So if y'all have any questions or comments or thoughts or anything like that, feel free to jump on and chat. Anything you want to add? Good. Okay. Awesome.
I'll just echo you, Natalie. I think that that is a really good word and much needed at this juncture. I just think that our team as a whole, like, don't forget all the amazing growth that we have seen in the last 3 months. You guys are some of the most amazing, diligent hard workers that I've ever seen. And I think that we just, this is a great time for us to kind of reflect on all of the things that we've seen in the last 3 months, and then look forward at what that's going to set us up for. And I love the idea of, kind of centering ourselves and remembering, what the fundamentals of this business is, and then what our purpose is in doing it, and getting back to that heart of serving others. And that's going to be what catapults us to see real growth. And I want to make sure that none of you are really seeing necessarily fake growth. That comes from a mindset. And I think that's a great way for us to look back at what is our mindset? Is our mindset a quick win, or is it a long-term success? Are we thinking about setting people up for, a long-term health victory or a long-term financial victory, rather than a quick win for our points right now? And I think it's really easy when you are going for a big goal, especially if it's been extended over several months, to kind of get hyper-focused on that. And I'm guilty of this probably more than anybody on this team. So, I think it's a really great reminder to get back to your why and why you do this, and what motivates you. Yes, the goal is motivating, but it's not the long-term, goal. It's not the sustainable goal to go just to that next level. It's just really a benchmark. And so reflecting and looking at, okay, what is our business doing really well right now? Where could we come up? Where could we, improve? And then, keeping that the motivation and the mindset in the right place, because all of you are building really sustainable businesses right now. You guys are honestly doing amazing. If we didn't have just these benchmarks to tell us, I don't think we would even feel like we were necessarily at times failing. Sometimes that makes you feel like a failure, whenever really you're seeing growth, or you're learning, you're coming up in retention, you're coming up in different areas of your business. So I just think it was really good, Natalie. Thank you for kind of just helping us center ourselves and reminding us what we're doing and why we're doing it, and what where we're headed. And long term, we're all going to be diamonds one day, sitting on the beaches of Hawaii, and it's going to be amazing. But the journey of growth to get us there, and then it will still be a journey from there on up to the next level, re-rank or re-entry or whatever. But that journey that God has us on, let's not forget to enjoy that part of it, because so much of life is happening in that time. So thank you, Nat.
Yeah, of course. I love the way that you worded that too. It's like this whole, the destination is going to be the same, the journey to diamond is not an easy one. And I have full faith that all of us are going to be diamonds someday. And I mean, I used to say that, and it was very just yeah, I believe I'm going to be a diamond someday. But it was kind of like, I felt the equivalent of saying I'm going to be the princess someday, where now I say it with no, it's so attainable and so reachable. It just takes a matter of sticking with it, whether it's hard or not. I talked with Shayna a little bit about this in our coaching call earlier today. It's it's really a matter of the slight edge. If you haven't read The Slight Edge, I read it, because it really is just showing up every single day and making tiny changes in your everyday life that add up to make big, huge improvements and changes over time. And so showing up every single day, even if it's what, it's been a really hard day, or man, something really awful happened today, or what, I mean, it's okay. Just give it 10 minutes. If that's all you can do, give it 10 minutes. I think Lisa and I talked about it earlier in the month, where, it's trying to get put Plexus into a crazy busy schedule. It's like, listen, if you don't have hours to pour into it on certain days, that's okay. If you can give it 5 to 10 minutes with a pre-made list of your, reach outs that you want to do for that day, that's fine. Like just show up a little bit every single day, do what you need to do so that you are consistent, so that your store is always open. Because it really is. And like I said, I think a lot of times, we compare ourselves. Specifically, the more I listen to people on my team, and I know what I do sometimes too, is like we compare ourselves a lot of times to the people that started either like the same time as us or like even after us. And all of a sudden it seems like you missed the train and they're just going, and you're like, well, I missed that train. Okay, well, I guess my time is coming to an end. No, there's other trains, you guys. It's like you're on a different train. You're just doing it differently. And who knows what their train track is doing down there? You don't know. Your track is different than, like, you guys are on different trains. Nobody's getting on the same train. So if you feel like you missed a train because somebody else is on, that's their train. You got your own train, and your own train does what you tell it to do. So like, don't even bother yourself with someone else's train and what track that they're on. Okay, you have no idea what their track looks like. You don't know what their track looked like back there. You have no idea. Okay, just stick with your own track, stick on your own journey. I know it's way easier said than done, but I'm just here to remind you over and over again, because we all need to hear it. If you are really going for the goal of diamond or emerald or whatever it is someday, it's about you and your family and your bills and your dreams and your why and your own journey and your own career. Okay, I know that we are one Plexus and we do this together and we love to celebrate each other, but whether or not so and so over here makes it to emerald has no bearing on whether you make it to emerald. Whether so and so over here makes it to diamond has no bearing on whether or not you make it to diamond. It's all you, right? It's all you. It's all the help of you, and leaning into growth, leaning into leadership, fixing mindsets. Any of this can be taught. Any of this can be fixed. Any of these can be developed and learned. Like, this is, I think it's just, you really have to be hyper focused on the fact that, like, you don't have to be hyper focused on your goals necessarily, just hyper focused on the fact that you're focused on growth. I'm focusing on growth, and whatever that looks like, wherever I'm feeling challenged in, if I'm feeling heavy or if I'm feeling challenged, I'm going to talk to my team about it, see if they notice anything in my blind spots, or even just process with me out loud and help me process what I'm going through. That's what we're here for. Okay. That's what we're here for as a team. It's not necessarily to, put you on our train to take you to where we're going, even though we're all going in the same direction, but it is a way to like help you figure out what you need to do to get your train moving in the direction that you want it to. Okay, help you notice blind spots and help you notice little areas of growth that we need or whatnot. So I just want you guys to know that we are here. I'm here, your sponsors. I know, like, the leadership on this team is unmatched. Like, we have strong leaders on this team, and so, like, we're all here. Sorry, a fly keeps landing on my camera. We are all here to help you and to move you forward, and if whatever that looks like, if it's that you need like some help in, like, emotionally, mentally, like, we're here to love you through it and help you through it and help you move towards growth. Okay, that's the goal here. So go for it today. I know I hired a babysitter. She got here so that I can really just go and work all day today until 11. And to be very honest with you, my goal is to help y'all hit your goals. Okay, so I'm here to help you guys. So wherever you need help, let me know, and I can see what we can do to help maybe move some things around, switch some things around, and get your train going in the right direction. Okay, so let me know how I can help. I'm here all day. And I want to see what Lisa just said. She's always so wise. Little by little, and we will grow our business. Just be consistent daily. This makes a big difference. You may not see it every day or every week or even every month, but you will see the growth as you are consistent. Yes, Lisa, that is so good. It reminds me of what we've talked about before, where it's like, even if you look at massive Amazon, Walmart, all of that, right? Like, yes, they have grown over time and they're like really big now, but it looks like this, their growth, right? So it's like, and in the dip seasons, it's easy to get into the mindset of, oh my gosh, this is where it ends and it's going to keep going. Every business has ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and like, it's just natural. If your points are going backwards, it's natural. It's just part of growing a business. Okay. If they are, listen, if your points are anything above 0, they're better than they were when you started. So be grateful for the points that you got. And just remember that your points right now are where somebody else's are praying theirs would be. Okay. Somebody else is praying for your points that you have right now. So keep that in mind too. And just keep growing that business. Sometimes growth looks like this, where you grow a little bit and you're doing this for a really, really painfully long time. And then you start to see a little bit more of that. Okay. So keep that in mind. Growth is good. Maintaining is good. Even dips are okay. It's really okay. We are in the business for the long haul, not for a month by month basis. I always tell Jamie and Emily, it's okay. My goal wasn't to make, my goal when I started, I didn't say I want to make emeralds in April of 2022. No, I said I want to be diamonds someday. So in April 2022 ended, I went, okay, I'm not an emerald. That's okay. That's not the goal. The goal is to be diamond someday. That's where my eyes are fixed. So I keep going. Like keep your eyes on the long-term goal. I think that's so important. So, all right. Any other comments or questions?
I just think you encompassed our team really well with the name Grit and Grace. Y'all just give yourself grace through this process, but show up, and we have that grit. So we're going for it. We're going for it today. We'll go for it tomorrow, and we'll go for it the end of next month. So I love that we have such grit in this team. I think through this process, though, we have to learn maybe a little bit more grace for ourselves whenever it doesn't quite measure up to what we thought it was going to be at the timing that we thought it was going to be. And so that's part of the growth process.
Yep. So good. So good. I love that. Anybody else have anything to share? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording so y'all can share it with your teams. I got to convert it. Keep that in mind. Converting, I never know how long that's going to take. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this.